Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Sturzdorf. We shall be seeing in the northern half Arcticghost, apparently a fellow who's already been featured in a Monday novice fight, but who's actually managed to progress a bit. So let's see how he handles this time around. Fighting though for the Americans. Fighting for the American, let's just say 15th Infantry Division, going up against himself, be TriumpNYC, fighting for the Wehrmacht, fighting for the 14th Volksgrenadier Division. Apparently he did used to be 14th, but he's actually been having a few nasty streaks against several players. There was also one against him against the Dancing Destroyer. In fact, that game was like over an hour long. My goodness, that's just not something I'm going to bother with, since it was far over an hour long. We are seeing Pioneers here going right for the east. He might in fact be trying to trek towards the high fuel point. Wehrmacht quarters up from Arcticghost. We are seeing a 3 engineer start, so again he's going to be sort of seizing territory more aggressively. Although there's a slight flaw right here in his camping order right in the beginning. He's going straight for the high munition points. Dandy, but it's not quite connected, although he might be sort of trying to chain it up with all the other munitions points and then up through here. Well, again, why he didn't go through here is just a bit odd, since that's a low munitions put would have been seized swiftly anyways. There we go, though, bike moving in. TriumpNYC going out for a bike, probably for reconnaissance and harassment purposes, and of course in this case it might also, key him in on the fact that Arcticghost has gone for, numerous engineers and not just 2. Then again, it might not. Almost done with the high munitions up there. At the same time, the Pioneers are continuing eastwards. Second unit up, our Volksgrenadier squad, probably to work with a bike. A bike or TriumpNYC working with the Volksgrenadier squad is in fact quite the potent combination. I actually like to use it myself, although I use the TriumpNYC because the MG right there functions as a slightly more functional light LMG 42 because it's more accurate at longer ranges. The can't suppress and is a little less accurate at shorter ranges, but still, it does alright, and it does prevent partially from Americans from rushing your Volksgrenadiers, and at longer ranges it increases the firepower of your Volksgrenadiers as well. So in that sense it's actually a pretty potent combination, and in fact it has saved me several times from some pretty nasty things. Plus of course a good used TriumpNYC or motorcycle can really annoy your opponent as well, so they'll tend to actually focus even more on it and spend reason on that, and rather than shooting your own troops. So in that way, again, it's rather clever right there, though. Bike opening up, the MG finding away on the advancing rifleman. Suffering a bit right there. Bike might want to pull away, though it's not quite as tough. And the TriumpNYC does have an advantage right there as well, plus it's a bit more maneuverable. But the bike is, for those that prefer to use it, cheaper. Rough advancing. Bike up close, of course, to provide protection against the rush, and there we go, moving in. Volksgrenadier and an MG from the bike actually proving to be a nice combination as the rifle moving in closer. There we go, one man already dead. Bike is damaged, but also note Volksgrenadier is not really damaged at all. This is definitely not working out for Arcticghost, though he should perhaps consider retreating or pushing in his jeep, although he's focusing down the Pioneers first. Good sense of priorities. Bother with the Pioneers first, then the bike or whatever. Engineers are flanking. I'd say this is a bit of a risky maneuver from Arcticghost. I can see what he wanted to do, but he's going to be rushing straight into the Volksgrenadiers and of course the bike, and now an MG 42. He just needs to retreat his engineers right here. This is not going to work out for him. The Volksgrenadiers have this one pretty much figured out. A jeep, I suppose as well, for reconnaissance, pushing and all that sort of purposes. It doesn't quite work in the same way, it's not the sort of unit you use, to support your rifle. It's more, again, for reconnaissance and more, harassing on the flanks. In that sense, it actually works quite nicely. Of course, can be used to sort of, spot weaknesses in the Wehrmacht defense and then, rush in there. We are seeing this, pretty much not being contested at all. That's definitely going to work out for Arcticghost. In the meanwhile, more Volksgrenadiers arrive on the scene. Again, these have only suffered one loss. And they're down to half health, but still, keep opening up, doing a bit of damage. Volksgrenadiers actually pull them out, which was another cover, although in this case only lighter. Jeep might want to consider getting out of there. Rifle moving up, MG 42. Not really in a good position to cover this area, I think. The house blocks too much. Should have been advanced a bit more. More Volksgrenadiers moving in, and there we go, pushing it up. And engineers, this Arcticghost could actually have a great chance to actually mine this area. This would really prove to be very painful to TriumpNYC, because again he's not going to be expecting this. Oh, missed opportunity right there. Bit of a shame, but again, again, it's sort of a thing I've noticed in players. The closer to your base you are, the less likely they actually to expect mines from you. So again, a mine right here could have been pretty damn clever. Looks like he's in fact trying to, not fight TriumpNYC while TriumpNYC wants him to fight him, at his strong point. That's actually a good maneuver. I mean, that's actually a pretty clever thing instead of, trying to fight the opponent where he's strongest. He's, just trying to harass and, fight him everywhere else. Thus forcing TriumpNYC to now in fact spread out, leaving a lot of points, less defended. So in that sense, the approach right here by Arcticghost is definitely not a bad one. I mean, it's definitely one of the better ones, to take on an opponent like this. Jolly good, and of course now TriumpNYC is of course trying to maneuver back, trying to sort of plug all the gaps, but again, Arcticghost is pushing on left, right, but not quite center yet. MG42 might be trying to set up right there, provide a zone of denial, although some barbed wire mines will help protect it would be nice. Lots of munitions though for Arcticghost. Definitely could be using quite a few mines right there, I think. And of course again here would have been very nice. I mean, imagine if that bike had then tried to follow up. Boom, no more bike. Bike they're pushing on. Already 5 kills. I mean, nice use. And again, the bike is, surprisingly lethal, but it's not really tough, so you usually don't see it in that sort of task. Conversely, the Jeep is only really getting 1 kill. But again, a Jeep supporting infantry, or a Schwimmwagen, or a bike, can actually do quite nicely. In fact, I've gotten some with over 10 kills. And that's even against, good players. So, I mean, in that sense, a well-used bike or Schwimmwagen again is quite the tool. But we are seeing a Browning automatic rifle upgrade up from Arcticghost. Bunker going up for TriumpNYC could be a medic bunker. That would definitely not be a bad thing to consider at this stage. Munitions being secured. Holding up here. I mean, he has been forced a bit back, but I was, of course, concentrating his forces a bit more, which is definitely nicer. Establishing a bit, something less harassable. But still, there's a huge gap up there, and again, there's been no mines or barbed wire, anything, really to deal with that, so that could prove to be a problem for the Wehrmacht.
Our front lines are collapsing.
And there we go, Rifleman moving in, bike getting repaired. Rifleman waiting up there for reinforcements. In the meanwhile, they can hold up any sort of minor assault. Mines going down there, jolly good. MG moving about, Volksgrenadier here. Mines, sweet, no flamethrower. Oh, that's a bug. Oh, it looks a bit like a minesweeper. For some reason, there's a mine on under his feet. Going for an observation post. So clearly, he's going for some sort of armor rush. He's definitely going to be taking out a bit faster than usual. Good to know. Well, again, could also prove to be an issue for him. Bunker up. Will it be an MG bunker or something else? There we go. Nice push by Arcticghost up there, but the MG42 is setting up in time. Though Rifleman could be flanking. There we go. No, Engineers actually managed to rush into one of the barracks. Volksgrenadier is pushing up, and my apologies, I have a bit of a cold or something like that. Oh, minesweepers right in the building actually managed to detect the mines outside. That's not usually how minesweepers work, but we'll overlook this still. Nice move right there, of course, by Arcticghost, anticipating his opponent's use of mines. Jolly good. Volksgrenadier running into a problem. Panzerfaust stopping the Jeep, though. That was less well done, I think, by Arcticghost. And another mine right there that looks like he actually managed to miss that one. Rifleman taking quite some losses. Volksgrenadier's Pioneers moving up. East though is getting lost, and again, nice harassment right there. MG, they're not in a good position. Arcticghost harassment is quite superlative. He's, really getting a lot of it. Really, digging out the resources from TriumpNYC and definitely doing quite well there. He's definitely moved out of the novice stage of fighting. Excellent. Now going for a motor pool. Also good. And a supplied upgrade. He's preparing for the long fight. Good. 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 Mines. Good. No mines here, though. Really a good place to mine, Still like to see that. Nonetheless, more mines, in fact. He's really setting up for some mining down there for some reason, but not up here. Or, here, there. Never mind. Volksgrenadier advancing up here. Oh, they definitely need some reinforcement. In fact, these Volksgrenadiers are in a pretty terrible condition. They just need to get back and reinforce now. Bunker still not upgraded. What are you doing? We're rushing straight for the Sturm Armory. Apparently he's hoping perhaps for an armored car to save the day. And we are seeing an armored car at the same time on the way for Arcticghost, which could definitely prove to be a problem for a German armored car. Of course, you go for lots of mines here. I think Arcticghost is going a bit... Oh, blimey! You don't bother mining half the map and then decide, you know, you want to turn this into a minefield. I mean, you also have to be careful about, you know, close proximity, as it can actually lead to some problems. MG squad toasted. Nicely done again. Nice harassment again. Way too excessive mining. Way too excessive. Too many mines in one spot. He should have been spreading them out a bit more over the rest of the map. Another bunker going up. Greyhound ready. Rifleman engineers advancing. MG42 in slight problems. Bike opening up and MG rushing into the house, or the bunker more specifically. Greyhound advancing, and there we go. We are seeing a German armored car up, but that's going to be a bit unprepared. And again, no packs and no Panzerschrecks really to stop it. And again, a medic bunker would have been nice. Engineers here rushing into a lot of problems. The auto cannons disemboweling them. Ooh, this could end up very badly. Also, no attempt at salvaging the Jeep by Triumph. Bit of a shame, would have liked to see that. Barely any fuel even with this observation post, because he's, you know, barely got any other points. Definitely might want to work on that. And again, he needs, you know, more proper assault force. Again, he's got, you know, Volksgrenadier not even fully reinforced. Which again, it's not really good. He's not even reinforcing. He's sending them out. Come on, Triumph. Do shape up, or, you know, be sent to the eastern front. And again, he's rushing in again. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. Very important. He's going for a repair bunker again. Then why build it this early? You know, he could have used it for more units. Armored car moving in to deal with the other armored car. And of course, he's not prepared for it. He's now going for the Kriegbergs. He's probably going to try and get a Panzer Abwehr Kanone, but again, the units should have gotten that earlier. And there rather seems to be some significant flaws in the plans of TriumpNYC. Still no medic bunker, which again would have been nice. Volksgrenadiers still not being reinforced. Is he just forgetting or pressing the wrong button and then sort of, oh right, and then thinking he does it and then again moves not again? I mean, it's not quite making sense. I mean, he's just going to be wasting Volksgrenadiers. We are now seeing a Nebelwerfer on the way. We're still not seeing a hack, a Panzerkanone. Mine though, Panzerfausted, quickly! Panzerfausted! Duel, oh, no mind, that would have did the trick, but again, Volksgrenadiers now need to retreat. Rückzug Männer and get them reinforced. Dummkopf. It's a bit harsh, but again, he's constantly rushing them out, and again, he's rather, you know, penned in. I mean, the vice grip of Arcticghost is, you know, quite successive. I mean, he's, you know, really been able to keep up the pressure on. Oh my! Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, he's actually been able to keep up the pressure quite nicely on Triumph. Nebelwerfer still firing on the rifle hiding in this house with the BAR. That's definitely going to be a bit unpleasant for them. Might even set off some of the mines. Was he just... Huh. No idea why he did that. Seemed quite frankly a bit odd. He's now getting a sniper, still not getting any infantry that can really help him break out. No grenadiers. Volksgrenadiers again retreated right from the house. He must have been expecting the defenses to be over here, not there. So in that sense, nice little move by Arcticghost. Rangers hiding in the barracks right there. Armored car repair, but again he's going to need something to dig out all of those things, and again he's going to need some infantry. Sniper will help, in particular against Rangers who have elite armor, which means the sniper can practically not miss. Hiding up behind, there we go. Bunker coming under bazooka fire. Bazooka, not the sort of first really sort of this type of weapon, although it was not the best. That rather fell to the Panzerschreck. Engineers moving up here, getting sniped as well. Holding up there, they are getting bombarded by autocannon fire. Well, we are seeing an anti-tank moving up now for Arcticghost. Definitely better. He's gotten the Kriegberg, so he's not using it. So why did you build it? Triumph, again, you know, don't build the building if you're not going to use it. In the meanwhile, MG bunker holding up the rifleman quite nice right there. Salvaging the armored car, that's good. Flamethrowers moving up. Volksgrenadiers need to get out of that building. Seemed like a nice idea at that time, but you know, need to get them back home. More Nebelwerfer fire, probably against this position. Armor coming in to find the assist here. Got some on the, only one on mines in fact, even. Ooh, engineer's going to run the gauntlet. Sniper car, ooh, gets one there. Engineers are pushing onward. Tears in his eyes as the loss of his comrades running through the inferno. Literally. But he makes it back home. In the meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers, now with support from some armored cars from a Panzer division, are sort of trying to figure out what's going on here, what to do. Minesweepers for himself, so that's nice. Well, they should have gotten that earlier, I think. Rather than here getting hammered by sniper fire and the armored car. Volksgrenadiers still not reinforced. It's a curious flaw for someone who's at least, you know, level 12, but in fact might have been high, you know, level 14 or 13 or 14. I mean, it is really a bad mistake to make. And particularly since he's not lacking in manpower. Although, of course, now he can reinforce from the bunker, so how about doing that instead? Anti-tank gun sorted out. Engineer rifleman here, in fact, burning up due to the incendiary load of the Nebelwerfers. 6 kills already. Need to move towards the east, though, although rifleman rangers also there. No Thompsons for them. More bazooka fire. Armored car needs to get away. Why are you moving up to a building with rangers in it? That's going to be a losing fight for you, Mr. Armored car. Get it further back, further back. Further back. Rangers evacuating. Volksgrenadiers is still not reinforced, moving in. And floating resources. Triumph, you're not really triumphing much. I must admit. I have to point out. And again, you're not really doing much to put up the pressure of Arcticghost, which is definitely not helping you. Rangers and riflemen sneaking in. This could be the end of the armored car, because again, he's not even trying to secure his flanks anymore. Riflemen moving in. Pioneer getting shot up. MG opens up there, stopping the engineers. Oh, armored car got the anti-tank gun. Volksgrenadier is still not reinforced. He's moving straight in there. Again, this could easily have ended up badly with a single mine, but in this case, Arcticghost forgot it, and yeah, he's not getting punished for that. That is. Rangers are moving in. Could get the bike. No, the bike actually survives a direct hit with a bazooka. Much to everyone's surprise, including the bike riders. Another sniper. Looks like he's going to try and go for the sort of, you know, attritional aspect, but again, he needs infantry. He's getting another armored car. Again, he's been floating too many resources for too long now, so of course, he's all of a sudden spending it. Had he been spending it earlier, you know, he might have been able to keep up the pressure on his opponent. Battle phase, so he's going straight for the Panzer Command. He's still not used his Krieg. That's going to waste the resources. Volksgrenadiers just need to retreat, and there we go. They might even be lost completely. Yeah. If the rifleman doesn't get him, the mines will. There we go. So again, really bafflingly poor execution by Triumph. Though again, he's clearly going for some sort of strategy basically to stall until he can get some panzers up. So of course the real true test here becomes, you know, unlike Smartell, will Arcticghost, you know, be ready for this? Will he be reading at this properly? You know, the fact that his opponent is not really getting a lot of infantry, that he's not really pushing hard, you know, will he be seeing that as a sort of the prelude to an armored assault? He could also be seizing this anti-tank and sort of boost his own defenses. No, he's actually mining close to it. Now that's actually a bit clever. I mean, some players like to do that, you know, so when they grab the anti-tank and boom, particularly nasty, you know, can be with a telemine, because that will only go off once, you know, the anti-tank gun has been crewed. Pioneers don't need to retreat. You don't want to sort of him suspect there's lots of mines. Minesweepers clearing out. Don't move ahead. Don't move ahead. You've spotted the mines. You actually get told there are mines. Oh dear. Careful. Careful. Clear out the mines. Clear out the mines carefully. One thing at a time. Don't rush ahead too far. Triumph NC is definitely not triumphing right there. Observation post coming under fire. Not really anything to cover it. Not even barbed wire. Sniper. Ooh, nice counter snipe right there by Arcticghost. And a Pioneer squad went down. Not really a Triumph story right there. Mines getting cleared out. Lots of mines now being laid down. Armored car somehow making it back without hitting more mines. Rangers and engineers getting stopped. Armored car in its Heavy fire. Oh, artillery right against this point, and they need to pull back. And why hasn't he salvaged this armored car for resources again? Retreat! Ow. Not entirely sure what's going on. And again, he's sending out troops, barely reinforced, you know, to take points far away. Again, not the best idea. Rangers dropping a bazooka. Will Arcticghost pick up on this? MG bunker getting hammered with artillery. And let's go have a look at Arcticghost again. Nebelwerfer's howling. Rangers moving against an armored car. No veterancy for it either. Flames burning away at the bunker. And the bike's actually still there. 6 kills now. Rangers getting sniped. Doing alright there. More artillery now against the repair bunker as well. Not a bad idea. Engineers getting sniped. And the pioneers, of course, were quickly dealt with because, again, I mean, TriumpNYC, considering the resource he has, is definitely overreaching, and he's definitely just throwing away troops. Again, not the strongest handling, but again, perhaps, you know, the armor rush he's hoping for will save him. Looks like on-map artillery is now ready for Arcticghost. That's definitely going to make it much harder for the Volksgrenadiers of the 14th. Well, the 15th Infantry is now holding up quite nicely. Riflemen here, not doing too well, not doing too well. And a bit of sniper fire. There we go, Howard's up. I don't like the placement though. It's way too far out of the base. And also considering these buildings are much more easily accessible. I mean, yeah, not really a good howitzer placement. That's something I'd really like to critique. And again, it probably should have been better here because again, this map is so small, yet generally you could even hit the base from here. So again, why is a bit beyond me. Volksgrenadiers almost got the drop there on the rifleman, but they do manage to make it out of there. Volksgrenadiers might want to move away. Armor coming in. Mines still not cleared out by by Triumph. Come on, man. You had plenty of time, and again, you just fumbled it, didn't you? Panzer Command going up. This could, of course, be the trick he needs. And again, it actually looks like, oh dear, he's not prepared for it. He's only got 1 anti-tank and some rangers, but again, I mean, 1 squad of rangers and some sticky bombs not necessarily going to stop the great Panzer war machine if a Panzer Division actually supports. Armored car though again. Poor handling by Triumph. Poor handling. I have absolutely no idea what's actually going through his mind in regards to this. Bazooka has actually not been picked up by anyone. Engineers getting sniped. 2 snipers again. Triumph. Slightly more solid gameplay might be needed from your side. More artillery, probably against the bunkers. These snipers just need to get away. Retreat, 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 retreat. Rückzug. Stellungswechseln, all that. Again, going for the munitions point right there. Still no real solid response. I'm not getting all the pioneers to build the Panzer Command. Bike once more escaping the deadly clutch of the bazooka somehow. Clearly someone's been using some non-standard equipment, but finally he does go up, and the Rangers... Oh, sniper counter-sniped. Ranger squad, though, is lost. That's actually a pretty bad thing. In fact, I think he might have lost 2 Ranger squads. Engineers rushing in right in front of the MG bunker. It's not, you know, the highlight of, you know, clever things. So I have no idea why Triumph is insisting on that. That one's a pretty huge mystery to me. More Nebelwerfer fire, but again, I mean... Triumph is not really doing well. I mean, he's really making a lot of mistakes. I'm not sure what's going on. Perhaps he's, you know, feeling the pressure of, you know, having lost a rank or 2, and he's, you know, really making some silly mistakes, or just, I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, there's some clever ideas, but again, there's also some bad ideas. Panzer Command is up, and hopefully that might turn things around, because again, and this is a slight mistake by Arcticghost again, he's not prepared for it, although he is going for the tank depot. So clearly he is expecting some sort of response. He hasn't recruited his anti-tank, and in fact that's another mistake. And of course now with the Rangers gone, he's quite defenseless against anything that might pop out. No, again, I mean, Triumph is, you know, in a pretty poor position himself as well. This is not really promising. Perhaps this should have been a Monday novice fight, but again, I mean, they're not quite making the same mistake the novices are. They sort of, but I mean, I'd rather reserve this to a proper novice, the Monday novice fight. And again, you know, sometimes I like to show, you know, some more experienced players, but you know, not experts or even highly competent. I mean, sometimes just to mix things up a bit, throw in some newer names we don't hear so much about. We are seeing the Ritterkreuz, the Knights Cross soldiers with their Sturmgewehrs, Panzerjacks on their backs.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Engineers moving up. Riflemen following up as well. Bazooka secure, that's good, just need them reinforced. Sniper on Ritterkreuz. Engineers taking up position in the old administrative building, now quite blown away. Ritterkreuz charging in, the assault rifles are blazing. Riflemen, opening up, this could in fact be a bit bad, they need to be careful. Another engineer sniper, and a registered artillery barrage. Actually, I think got another engineer squad, perhaps something else, or some riflemen. Arcticghost needs to be careful now.
The enemy is down.
And of course, those Nebelwerfers just need to keep on killing the Yankees. I mean, in that sense, he's actually done something alright. I mean, 2 Nebelwerfers can actually be quite devastating to an opponent, in particular if you get some veterancy up for them so they fire faster but also do more damage. Pushing up there on the east as well. Oh! Ow! That was actually a pretty nasty hit. Taking some very severe losses. Arcticghost needs to retreat. Engineers getting suppressed. Volksgrenadier Ritterkreuz, and there we go. Fully reinforced Volksgrenadier squad. Panzerkampfwagen 5 also arriving from the 21st Panzer Division. Blowing up a bit of the fence, but not really any Americans. And again, going for the fuel point again. I mean, the amount of harassment going on by, Arcticghost is certainly quite nice, and it's definitely making it much harder for TriumpNYC to sort of pull off his, delay strategy towards armor. So again, that's been a quite excellent move right there, in fact. And certainly something he is to be commented upon. Counter-artillery fire, but of course TriumpNYC is pulling away. Although again, a bit of veterancy, and they can actually move faster as well. I believe it's veterancy 2 that gives them that. Panther moving in. He might in fact be going for the howitzer, and again, now we'll see just how exposed it is. We are seeing a Sherman on the way. That's not going to cut it against a Panther. I know some players sort of complain about that, but again, a Panther's a Panther, a Sherman is a Sherman. They were never equals, even close to it. Ritterkreuz taking up position in a nearby house. Engineers getting shot up. Volksgrenadier also suffering a bit. Sherman moving in. Volksgrenadiers need to retreat. They're not in a good position. Sherman forced away by the Panther with the damaged engine though. Grenade against the Ritterkreuz, I think. Volksgrenadiers down to 2 men. That's no good. Sniper moving up as well. And the bazooka misses. Come on, Heinz. Aim properly if you want to survive. But looks like he's not even going to do that. More grenades. And there we go. Volksgrenadiers dead. Ritterkreuz could be going down. Anti-howitzer, in fact, got cleared out. Will the Ritterkreuz make it? Will the Ludwig make it back home? More Nebelwerfer fire following up. And an Ostwind. Arcticghost is in fact now a bit under pressure again because he wasn't quite prepared, though he's clearly not completely buggered over either. So it's not going to go tits up right away. But he is going to lose that howitzer. Again, nice job, but now he needs to get that Panther out there. Its engine is damaged. It's not going to hold up much longer. And in this sort of proper fight. So retreating it back. Engineers also moving away. Ritterkreuz going to need reinforcement. Pioneers going to need reinforcements. Ostwind moving up to support, probably against some infantry. Pioneers rushing in fact. And there we go, the Ostwind flak panzer. Sherman moving in, a bit boldly. I think in fact might a bit too boldly. Ostwind's in the meanwhile, of course, providing cover against infantry. So nice combined arms aspect there in a sense, I suppose. Sherman trying to focus down the Ostwind. Pioneers moving in. Sherman needs to get away. It's not going to win this. And the Ostwind should not be moving into range of the riflemen and their nasty sticky bombs. Kampfkraftcenter going up. Still no real response, moving out towards the east. He's still holding on to 1 victory point. He hasn't really gotten off the sort of damage I would hope against the opponent. And the riflemen right here are getting stopped by lots of machine gun fire, not just from the bunker, but also from the buildings due to defensive doctrine. Interesting enough, they actually have no tracer fire at all. Which is actually a trick some of the Germans would use. They would, have one MG, with tracer rounds, and then they have another one with all the tracer rounds removed. So then the Americans will have shots flying over them, think, oh right, we're safe, and then the one without the tracer rounds would, you know, tear through the rest.
Redhead rifleman.
Pioneers again moving in there. Again, he's overextending. He should rather, you know, be pushing out his front line rather than just rushing and harassing. That's what the American does. That's not what the Wehrmacht should be doing most of the time. Although again, occasionally it can be nice. Ostwind moving in. Veterans, you want up for his armor. That's good, but he needs more infantry. More Ritterkreuz, more grenadiers. Ritterkreuz here, they're being forced back by a nice push. Riflemen suffering under the Ostwind and its 37mm gun. And the riflemen set off a mine, I think. Repair bunker repairing the German panzers, and these pioneers need to get out of there very quickly. There's another rifleman going to give them a bit of a surprise. Sending in a panther though to deal with infantry, even Veteran 22 is not necessarily the best idea. Off-map combat group arriving, and probably not quite what we're hoping for. Riflemen coming under fire from the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Panther could move in a bit closer, get off that MG as well in the fight. There we go. 3 machine guns blasting away. That actually counts up for a bit of damage. In fact, dropping one rifleman with the might of its machine guns. And there we go, forced retreat for all of this. And there we go, Sherman moving in against the Ostwind, but the Panther's quick to move in and intercept. No additional infantry. Is he going to go for more veterancy or what? Artillery getting called in. Where though? Right there, it seems. Sherman. Poor handling by Arcticghost. You should not have been sending in your Sherman again. It's not a Panther, it's a Sherman. It was not meant to go up against a Panther ever. And of course it was a bit outgunned, but even then, no. You leave that to the tank destroyers. Mine goes off, finally stopping some rifling a bit there. No kills. Sniper veterancy 2, that's definitely also quite advantageous to the American. And the riflemen are quickly exposed to fire from all sorts of things. MG hiding in the administrating building but taking direct hits. The building is on fire. The roof is on fire. Literally. And the rest of the building too. Moving up here, quickly trying to recapture some territory. Panther moving in east, Ostwind west, but coming under fire from the anti-tank, and finally, no, not recruit, still gets the Ostwind. Bit of a poor move right there by Triumph. Again, supported with infantry, and he barely has any infantry to support his armor. Riflemen though are suffering to that Panther veterancy too. And Sherman could be in a bit of trouble, but again, it has to be careful it doesn't get sticky bombed. Hit by that anti-tank gun for that matter. And the Panther quickly extracts itself. More veterans on the way. I think that might be a bit excessive. Let's return to Triumph. And we are seeing veterancy number 2 for infantry. He has 2 Knights Cross, so that's alright I suppose, but again there's no real support for them. Riflemen are advancing against the Ritterkreuz. Their assault rifles are tearing through those squishy riflemen. And a rifleman squad completely lost to 2 Ritterkreuz. Definitely doing alright there. More infantry is advancing from Arcticghost. Going to push out the crowd with the Knights Crosses. Perhaps a minor assault would be a nice thing. Or perhaps for the fatherland, since you know in your own territory. You could use those munitions for something. Just a casual suggestion.
Our forward supply lines are
Apparently one's ignored. Anti-tank on the Sherman moving in for the kill on the Panther. Panther pulling away. That's good. That's what we want to see. Getting a sniper himself. Flamethrower engineers going to move in against those Knights Cross and the repair bunker, the ever vital repair bunker, and the Knights Cross are going to make short work of those engineers, I wager. There we go. Engineer squad down. Riflemen here, in fact, are suppressed by something. course, I can't respond again if it says I'm in a skirmish. Yes, I'm not actually playing a skirmish, I'm watching a replay. For some reason, Relic decided that it's supposed to tell you that. Nebelwerfers are still there, that's good. 6 and 10 kills. Knights Cross still coming under fire from the Sherman. High explosive rounds are, of course, nasty. Rifle moving up, Nebelwerfer fire. More armor could be nice. Nice hit on the rifleman. Overall, though, Triumph, while he is making slight progress, it's not fast enough, and he's certainly not draining the American commander fast enough. And there we go, another off-map combat group, more heavy machine guns, more riflemen, and tank destroyer, and an armored car. More getting sniped. Probably going to try and catch him with his own. Rifleman suffering a bit to the Panther. Panther could be moving closer to get its MGs in, I think. Knights Cross moving in, and we are seeing a Radius artillery barrage. Right here on the western flank. Ooh. Arcticghost just lost it right there. That was a bit unfortunate. Armored car. Tanks are advancing with rifleman support. Knights Cross are moving in. Where's the Panther though? There we go. Angreifen. Greyhound mines right in the middle of everything. Cheeky Arcticghost. Could have ended up very badly for him had the full... Knights Cross actually used a Panzerfaust, and here's a fun fact. Those mines can actually be detonated. If the Greyhound is on top of the mines and they're hit by largely anything slightly explosive, it will set off knocking out the armored car, for example. You can do it with a Panzerfaust, Volksgrenadier, otherwise it will destroy the armored car most of the time. Armored car though is down. Artillery, but it does miss the Panther. The Panther is still able to retreat, rather than losing to the Knights Cross as they're moving in. Ritterkreuz. Stolsterner schon, pushing onwards.
You need any construction?
Charging against these riflemen. And again making very short work of them. And we are seeing the heavy machine gun pulling back to try and stop this assault. Tank assaults are there. Mind you, Veterans 2 Knights Cross do get a protection against suppression. Oh! Sniper opens up as well. And the MG is in fact now getting flanked. Heavy machine gun crew is very much dead. He could in fact try and get off 2 Panzerfaust against the tank destroyer. That might work. Oh, he missed an opportunity right there. Come on. Triumph. Show one small triumph. Please. Knights Cross needs to retreat. Veteran 2 for the rifleman. Come on. Oh, he lost a Knights Cross. Oh, he lost another Knights Cross. Oh dear, what are you doing, man? You seem like you're finally had a bit under control, and now you're just wasting it all away. Rifleman moving in. Sniper firing one Pioneer, dropping in pretty quickly. Sherman, tank destroyer moving in. Ooh, right in front of the Panther. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Hoping to brew up the Yankee Panzer, but no. And trying to recruit the anti-tank gun. Good work. Veterancy 3 for the Panther. Not necessarily what I'd agree with in this case. More infantry, more things to actually take territory with and actually retake the map with would be a better idea. Flaks now available. That seemed like a waste of munitions. Definitely sounds like someone's going to be transferred to the Eastern Front, and it's not me.
What are your orders?
And he's not in a penal company.
Enemy forces in Com system in order.
Panthers are largely what's holding it together for Triumph. And the Nebelwerfers once more let out a howl at the enemy. Saturating the entire area with incendiary rockets, burning all types of crews. Panther trying to get the sniper, but just can't hit him. No surprise there. Fresh Knight's Cross on the way, but again, no infantry, nothing to really be taken. He's only got one. Oh dear, oh dear.
We're losing a sector.
Panther heavily damaged. Ooh, could be losing those riflemen. Ooh, making out of there. Engineers down.
Heavy panzers bounced off me with just a scratch. Better than any medal.
Knight's Cross almost done. But again, Arcticghost's grip on the map has largely been, fully competent. And again, he's certainly come quite some way. He's been featuring in the Monday Novice Fight. And again, I suppose it's a bit, what happens if you, follow the Propagandacast. Shameless advertising for myself, but yes, I know. So that's always nice to see. I mean, he's rather been largely, again, except for that one slight mistake, with, not being fully prepared for armor, he's actually been handling this pretty well. I suppose also this and this. Also a bit of mistakes right there. I think he could have ended this match much sooner, but there you go. Nice hit on the anti-tank gun. Crew dead. Troops getting sniped. All quiet, all quiet. Come on, you absolute clockwinder. Pull off one decisive victory. Just something. You could even live up to that whole triumph bit. Units are getting sniped. Knight's Cross are moving in. Snipe already dead there to counter snipe. Panther moving in. 2 Knight's Cross again. Rifleman rushing straight into them, but ooh, the Knight's Cross also moving. Panther moving up with very little support, heavily damaged. Knight's Cross here forces away the rifleman with no losses. Repair bunker might risk going down. I think he's also he hasn't lost an Aberwerfer. Panther exposing the rear to an anti-tank gun. What are you doing? That's just daft. Now, of course, Arcticghost senses blood. The beast is wounded fatally, terminally. He's going to get that, finally. The Panther, which basically has been causing an arseload of trouble. The only thing currently working on that is the MG. Knight's Cross trying to delay the inevitable, but I fear it will not work.
We are losing ground.
Rifleman rushed away. Panther definitely not. Ooh, Gunner killed. Knight's Cross causing havoc, in fact, amongst Arcticghost's forces. He's in fact lost quite a bit of infantry. In fact, he's himself lost quite a bit, but at the same time, he's been able to hold on to most parts of the map. In return, he's definitely been able to kill more, but there we go. Panther down. Largely the end for the 14th Volksgrenadier Division, despite support from the 21st Panzer Division. I mean, this was clearly a poorly executed armor rush right there. I mean, that can happen, and this is rather, what happens when it does. Barely an infantry, and he's sort of, been pushed up most of them, in half of the map most of the time. Anti-tank gun ready, but again, I mean, this is pretty much GG. Right, slight little mistake there. I completely turned off it, the match off at the end, and, casually forgot, while I was talking that, I hadn't turned on the recorder, and I had then turned off the game, so now I'm just going on from the beginning of it again. I'm not going to be playing it, just, what was the lessons there? I mean, Arcticghost definitely some progress. He definitely has a chance of becoming a good player. He just, needs to work on the smaller bits, not just clump up all the mines in one partly part of the map. better placement of the howitzer, a bit better preparation overall, although I mean his harassment was pretty good. And definitely, although he's going to need some better plays, to really, sharpen off that, how to do it properly better. I mean, the major problems, though, were with TriumpNYC. I mean, he's, made a ton of mistakes. I mean, execution-wise, he's got the sort of micromanaging bits, right? He's got some all right tactics, but his strategy had a lot of flaws in it. He was trying to, go for that sort of, hey, let's go for an armored rush, hunker down, but he just couldn't do it. He lacked the infantry. He didn't get a medic bunker, which is rather prerequisite for, actually doing something like so. You get more infantry to do the fight, and better infantry than your 2 Volksgrenadiers. Plus that MG lost. I mean, he just wasn't prepared, and 2 snipers is not necessarily good for either. He must constantly start for resources. Couldn't break out. Well, of course, Arcticghost was swimming in it. Swimming! Which, again, is also considered a bad thing. So, there were a lot of mistakes right there for Triumph. It could perhaps have worked against a poor novice-like player, but again, not. So, in this case, not a novice much, because, again, although I bet there'll be some witless one who'll go off against like that, but again, they seem to do it no matter what, Doesn't matter if I have 2 level 16 players, they'll still go, oh, that should have been a Monday novice fight, and all I can do is shake my head and go, shut up, in my head. Of course, I'm not going to do it in comments, because apparently then they get insulted. I still remember a man in 3-3, completely had a mind meltdown. But again, there you go. But do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dame saying cheers.